to another day, another creation. This piece has a lot of reminders. We repeat what we don't repair. So suppose there's a pattern that's reoccurring in our lives. If we don't take the time to zoom out, see the picture as a whole, analyze it, take all the patterns, right? All the instances, see the commonality between them all, and it usually links back to something we need to heal within ourselves, because everything is a projection of our inner world. So for example, a big theme in my life that kept happening, it was so weird because it felt like the same thing was happening but different situations. The premise, the outline, the blueprint was the exact same, but then it kept happening in like various situations, and at one point I was just surrounded by it, and it was really suffocating and overwhelming. But I kept coming across the same kind of connections and individuals, and I learned that a lot of things came out of that, but most was not being seen, not being heard, not being understood. And after a long, hard look, dots did not connect right away. It took a lot of time, and it happens in layers. Eventually, I found out that I wasn't allowing myself to see myself. I wasn't allowing myself to be who I am. I was dimming myself for the acceptance of others and to quote unquote live a normal life and blend into societal ways. In this process, how did I figure this out? The first recognition I had was just knowing that things cannot continue the way they are, and if I really want to make a change, I need to let all these people go, because we're just too different and we want different things and different values, different morals. Not that one's right or wrong or better or less than another, it's just different. Time helped recognize those. So that was step one. The deeper I kept digging while taking the actions aligned with these new revelations or patterns, the more I became aware of. And eventually I was like, oh my God, there's a bigger and deeper meaning to this, and everything's connected, and that's usually the way it goes. So if we're feeling something and we're like, hey, this keeps happening in my life, I wonder why. And if there's something like, oh, maybe it's this reason, take action on that reason, and then see, be like, oh yeah, okay, this seems right. And while leaving things behind, we're coming out of our comfort zone, so it's going to be extremely uncomfortable. It's really hard. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but it's an investment into yourself and for yourself. We gotta ride those waves, and the transitional period can be really icky, and really tough to move through. Like, there's a lot of resistance. Give it time, breathe it out. Anxiety comes into play. All the emotions can be extremely heightened, but if you believe it's for your best self and to live the dream life you always want to live, these kind of things need to be done. Alongside that, choose people who choose you. Not what you do for them, but you and who you are, to where we don't have to dim who we are. We can be 100% ourselves, and they choose us for that, as we should choose people in return for who they are. It's a two-way street. It's an energy exchange. When it's lopsided, that's when we got issues. Do it for you. We gotta do these things for ourselves. We can hear as many things, be told as many things, read as many books, get all the information, but we gotta truly feel it from the inside and then take action upon those feelings and upon the intention, and act with intent the way I see things. So currently, something I am working through is to not assume. And I can't assume a lot. I just assume I know how people are thinking and feeling. And that's not the case. That's not reality at all. And I am not able to do that. Can I cue in and have an idea? Sure. Yes, I can. But in actuality, what's happening, I have no clue. And neither do all of us, right? None of us knows what goes on behind closed doors. So we gotta not assume and have compassion. But everyone sees things differently. Two people can experience the exact same thing, but have completely different perspectives, responses to the situation. It could be extremely traumatic for one person and not mean anything to the next. All of that depends on our personal experiences. How silly of me to forget that I am the love of my life. This one really got me when I found it and continues to get me. Like, oh, how silly of me to forget I'm the love of my life. How silly, how funny of me to forget that I'm the love of my life. That's right, I did forget. I am the love of my life, and it took time to get there, and we're still working on it. It's a continuous process. It's a lifelong process. But our first love is ourselves. If we don't love us, if we don't love who we are and where we are and how we are, how the hell are we gonna do anything else or love anyone else? Because the reasons we don't love ourselves, again, going back to the projection, will be shown to us in our external environment. And if we don't repair those things, we repeat them. When we have a healthy, securely attached love with ourselves, that will also show up externally in our lives. If an unhealthy love can show up externally in our lives, the opposite is also true, because duality and anything that can happen will happen. And our mindset and our emotions and feelings and how we treat ourselves define all that. I am strong. I am creative. I am magic. I think this applies to every single one of us. We are strong. We are so strong. Our strength is remarkable. There's so much of it. We need to use that strength to stand up for what's right, to build a better tomorrow together. We are so creative. It is unreal. We've created this world we're living in. We've created all the things we love and enjoy, and it's so expansive. The thing is, that's just the start, and we're still in the lump sum phase to where we still define ourselves with labels, and we haven't truly even hit our shining moment of who we can be together. And what is that? Advanced beings of Earth. Yes, let's take who we are. Let's take our backgrounds. Let's take our traditions and cultures and A, teach each other, learn from each other, share the knowledge, B, evolve them in our own unique ways. Oh my God, we could be so much more. We are magic. Yes, we are magic. The way we work. Oh my God, I saw this thing. It was about corals. If this is not magic, I don't know what is. Corals can be anywhere, all around the world. Doesn't matter where they are. The exact species, they all fertilize at the same time. And this guy was giving an example. He was like, even if you have like a chunk of that coral underneath your sink, they're gonna know it down to the minute. It doesn't matter where they are. How is that possible? Magic. I think it's a quantum energetic field situation. We'll get there. We're getting there. Last year, 2022, the Nobel Prize went to quantum entanglement, which is quantum physics. They're all connected. We're all connected. And then each species, it's never at the same time. And there'll be days and weeks in between, and the days change every year. How insanely wild is that? Let's protect this beautiful being, the coral. It's such a beauty, and we're allowing it to die. That is wrong. Clearly, they're an intelligent species because, look, they figured that out. We can't even... We get there. We got too caught up with the shiny things, which leave us unfulfilled, unsustained, and always craving more. If we keep going back to what we think will give us fulfillment, what we've been told will give us fulfillment, but it's not really, that hole is just going to keep getting deeper. We're going to keep trying to fill it with other stuff. We need to really authentically fill that hole with self-love and doing things we truly enjoy, no matter how quote-unquote weird it might seem to other people. Again, there's over 8 billion people in this world. Each one's uniquely different. We're not meant to fit a mold at all. All right? Here's to you. Here's to me. Here's to creating our magical, beautiful, harmonious tomorrow together. Until we meet again. Bye.